Chapter 6, test review, number 1. This will be a graphing one, so you can put this on the graph paper.
Make a table of 3-point graph.
That's enough. That's enough.
Okay.
It's not going to work very well.
Oh man, why is it not gonna work well? Oh man.
How many columns are we doing?
Oh.
We'll see.
Well,
Yeah, that's right.
A few.
Alright, Britton, what X values did you use?
1, 0, -1.
Okay, you can use whatever X values you want, but if you plug in 1, 3 times 1 minus 2 is 1. If you plug in 0, 3 times 0 minus 2. And if you plug in -1, 3 times -1 is -3 minus 2.
But that's not a straight line.
It is if you do it right.
Yeah.
1, 1 is right there. 0, -2, where's that at? Down 2. Where's -1, -5?
Oh.
-1, -5. Okay, you didn't have to use those 3 points, but if whatever points you got should still be on the same line. Did we have to use a table to graph this? No, what could we have done?
Ordered pairs.
No, we did order pairs. What's another way we could have graphed this equation?
-2 and then 0 over 1.
Go down 2, put a dot, and then use the slope, go up 3 and over 1. Up 3 and over 1 like we did most of the chapter. Lesson 1, we didn't know the slope and y-intercept trick, so we made up x values and solved for y.
So is the second one a graph paper? Okay.
Second one is not graph paper, it says solve for y. What does solve for y mean?
Make it into mx plus 2.
Get y by itself.
Get y by itself. Yeah, change it to y equals mx plus b form.
So we don't actually have to solve it or anything. We just have to.
Solve for y means get y by itself. You are technically solving. No. Solve for y means get y by itself. So it says y equals stuff.
Oh, so
Nice.
do it at the beginning of class.
It broke.
Like I did. I did it too. Are you proud of this thing?
Sure.
Sorry.
Would you like a new pencil? Oh, you guys don't know that it's on your paper.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
This will be number 4 and 5. I'm putting it on one graph so we can see it all at once.
Okay.
You guys do 2?
I'm trying to.
No, I can do that.
Carter, do you know what to do for 2? Okay, what do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
So you divide by 4.
That comes second.
Yeah. You get them in order.
Get rid of the added value before you get rid of the multiply value. How do I get rid of the plus x?
Minus x.
Minus x. Minus
Yeah.
x. So we get 4y equals, do negative 8 minus x mix?
Yeah.
No.
No.
Yeah.
Not only do they not mix, we also change the order. Minus x minus 8.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because you minus.
Then what do we do?
And then you divide by 4.
Divide that 4 away. Divide by 4, divide by
Yeah.
4.
Mm-hmm.
So that goes away. We get y equals, you can leave it like this, but
Negative 1/4x.
we could write that as negative 1/4 x minus
2.
2. That would be our y equals. Okay,
Yep.
somebody else help me with number 3.
Leo wants to.
Britton, I think you just helped with.
No, I didn't.
Leo.
Who did number 1?
Leo's raising his hand. Obviously.
Oh yeah, I
Idea.
did that one there.
Minus 2x, negative 2x,
Actually,
and then minus 3x.
Minus the 3x. Y is the one thing we don't want to move.
You're trying to do
Then
it by
negative
itself.
2y equals
Get rid of everything else.
3x minus 6.
Well, that's a positive 6 right there, so it's actually a plus 6.
And then you divide by negative 2.
What is negative 3 divided by negative
3
2?
over 2.
Positive 3.
Positive 3 over 2.
3 over.
What's 6 divided by negative 2?
Mine, negative 2.
Negative 3.
Oh. Is 1.5 the same as 3?
Better to leave it as fractions, Will. Why do we prefer fractions for this?
Rise over.
So we can do slope, rise over run, which we're not doing on number 3, but we are going to do it later.
That's just what my calculator spat out.
Okay, but it's better to leave it as fractions. 3 divided by 2 is just 3 over 2. Any questions on 2 or 3?
No.
I'm about to raise it.
Good. I'm done.
Go ahead and do 4 and 5 if you haven't yet. Got a little bit of blue in it.
Like F1 minus F2. Y1 minus Y2 over X1 minus X2.
Yeah.
That
You know, once you get it to say y equals, you're done.
Oh my gosh. This is why we want to divide the y. Oh, yeah.
Alright, what should I do first on number 4?
you would. You solve for Y and minus 2x.
Right, to graph it I want it in slope intercept form, so I'm going to subtract the 2x over, y equals negative 2x plus 5, right?
You just graph it now.
There's nothing to divide by on this one, because it just says y equals already. So, where do I start on the graph, Braylee? Remember how we graph these? Katie, you remember how we graph these?
Start at the y-intercept.
Which is
5.
5. So you go up 5, put a dot, then where do we go from there?
Down -2 over 1.
Right. The slope is -2 over 1, so you go down 2, right 1. Down 2, right 1, do it again, down 2, right 1.
Ooh, good line.
Okay. Will, what about number 5?
I was trying to ask for some help for that.
Have you done one, Sam?
No. So, you gotta find y by itself. So it's minus 3x. So negative 3x minus 4.
So, I guess why we got -2y, -3x minus 4.
Yes. Then you do. Ooh, it bounced. Negative 2. You divide by -2. So then it's a normal 3 over 2 x minus 4 equals y.
-4 divided by -2.
2.
Positive 2.
Is it okay if we put 1.5
That was my
like on the
question.
test and stuff?
Okay, you'll want to keep it as an improper because we gotta use that as a slope.
Oh,
Okay, Sam, where do I start in the graph at?
So you start at 2.
Start up 2.
You go up 3 and over 2. I did it backwards because mine.
Rise 3, run 2, or you go backwards.
And then down 3 and lift 2.
Any questions on those?
Not
Okay. Okay, 6 and 7 required a formula. Who can tell me what the formula was? Okay.
y minus y over x minus
Y minus y over x minus x. Make sure you put the y's on top. Sometimes we call it y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Doesn't really matter as long as you do the same order on both. Y's have to go on top though. Rise over run. Y's values are the rise. So you have to, the change in the y's is the rise.
The y's is the rise.
Yes. Rhymes.
Wow. X is
X's is the nextest.
Don't be
Wow.
What would you do if you were trying to find the z
You
axis?
said wrong? Or you disagree?
How would you graph if you had a z axis too?
Z-axis is, you're gonna get off track. Z-axis is a third dimension, so it's like
Yeah.
this. It's like coming out of the board. Use your imagination. It's a mess because it doesn't work very well.
It'd be a mess to try to find the line to do that.
All right.
Point maybe. Why?
Are you guys done with this? Okay, number 8. Have you guys done 6 and 7?
Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
sir. Find slope.
We have to graph.
No, you just let's do the last one.
Just find the slope.
Downward over 3.
1 over 3.
That's
Yeah, it's 1. Yeah, it's, no, it's 1 over 4.
1, 2, 3.
There's 3.
Yep.
In algebra 1.
If you're counting the one where you start, you don't count rows. You count the ones after where you start, so 1, 2.
Oh, okay.
So it's a
Okay.
negative 1.
Leo, how about you done?
Number 7?
It's a regular one.
Number 6.
Oh, okay. So I did
Okay. Shh.
Rise over.
5
It's negative.
minus
-3, which is +3.
Okay.
I did this backwards.
And then -2 minus 8.
Okay, 5 plus 3,
5 plus 3 is 8.
-2 minus 8.
-10.
Okay, you could have subtracted the other direction, you would have got -8 over +10. But either way, what do you get? Leah, what does that simplify to?
4/5.
-4/5. If one of them is negative, it is negative.
I did it in a weird way where I did it oppositely. 3 minus 5, but I still got the same answer at the end.
Right.
Oh, so I just have to erase it and redo it?
No.
Shit, but cool.
Let's see, you haven't done more.
I have not done
Me.
Hey, yes you did, I called on you like 2 minutes ago.
You did actually.
Emily or Jaden, which one wants to try this one? Well, do you know how to do it?
Yeah, I do.
That's the important part.
Yeah, -9 minus 4.
-9 minus 4. Shh, okay.
-5 minus 16.
-5 minus 16.
That's 13.
-13.
And, 21.
Okay, does 13 and 21 reduce?
I don't think so.
No, but it can be a positive.
No, but a negative divided by negative is positive, so positive 13 came first.
This is kind of a small test.
Aren't those both
I
like
know, we're
lucky
not
numbers?
done yet.
Yeah, but I saw that you already flipped to the second page.
Aren't 13 and
It's not
21
small,
unlucky
Sam.
numbers?
Huh?
Oh, I know there's grass.
Exactly, that's.
Aren't 13 and 21 unlucky numbers? No, 13 is.
Sure.
Yeah.
In China, 4 is an unlucky number.
Wonder why.
Because it's the same syllable that they use for death. So,
That's nice. I mean,
like that, in hotels, they'll like skip the 4th floor.
Oh yeah, I forgot you mentioned these.
So say that in minutes.
Probably syllable that.
Sahanana. Sanana. Sanana. Sanana.
Well, we already know that stone, but it doesn't work well. I'm lucky to know if it's Japanese as I did.
Say that in
I don't know.
Say hi.
Ohio.
Ohio.
Or what they say, oh wait, no. If you're, depending on the situation, it could, oh wait, that. Ohio's morning, sorry, my sister always says that. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa. Konnichiwa, sayonara, ohayo gozaimasu, arigatou gozaimasu, dozo konnichiwa, hi, ohayo gozaimasu, hello.
Okay, shh, guys. Got some more problems up on the board right here.
I can only say simple things. What is that string for?
Right? Line, slope, intercept. What is that?
What is slope intercept form?
Y equals.
Y equals mx plus b, so basically solving for y
Okay.
again.
Gotcha.
For every equation, you have to those.
For those two. All right. What, Ava, what is the slope of this line? -1/3. The end. Or say, what is slope intercept form? You just said this.
Oh,
Right.
then that's y.
Y equals is slope intercept form. Because the number in front of the x is the slope, the other number is y.
And x plus p.
Just another way of saying solve for y, basically.
Yeah. Neat.
How many problems are we gonna do?
You've never asked it.
Alright, well
I
then.
don't know about 20.
I've asked it before.
What did we just say?
I'm not really.
Kind of worried about these next ones. Graph y is greater than 4x.
I'm sure you don't know. For sure. Oh, sweet. I love these ones.
Is that 11?
Yeah.
It's fun because you get to shade it like half of the blue.
We'll do it.
Oh, that's 11.
Oh, okay, that was 12.
What are you, what, man? Can I finish it?
Wait, then what's 12?
Oh my.
12 is x is less than or equal to negative 1. Alright, or greater than or equal to negative 1. Jade, you made eye contact. That means you want to do number 9, right? No.
Teachers do repeat picking a person who gets the most confused.
I call on everybody, so I'm not picking on anybody. What? Yes, minus 5x.
Try to teach you one word. Favorite person in the class. Those that look that scribble on his pencil.
Okay, but there's a negative on the y. Do you know how to get rid of that?
Do what?
Divide by negative 1. Basically, you just switch all the signs.
I think I wrote it wrong.
Okay. There was 2 parts to this problem. You're also supposed to state the slope and the y-intercept. So what is the slope on number 9?
5.
5. What is the y-intercept?
-2.
Negative 2.
What I.
This is kind of difficult, man.
It's kind of hard to.
Okay, I think
Oh.
we're back to the beginning, so it's open. Who wants
You
to
put it
try
on
number
12
10?
again real
Sam?
quick.
Number 10.
On 12.
So, you got first minus 4x, so it's negative 4x plus 10.
Negative 5y equals negative 4x plus 10.
Yeah. Then you divide by negative 5, which makes it 4 over 5 because the negatives cancel out. And then it's minus 2. So it's y equals 4/5 x minus 2.
Okay, what is the slope?
Wait, sorry, 4/5. And then negative 2.
Y-intercept is negative 2 again.
Correct. What did he say? Where's 12? Can you put 12 back on the board, please?
You put back to 12.
Not until we do 11. Okay,
What about greater than or less than? When you're going left to right, what is greater than or less than?
The problem? It's like
greater than normally is above and less than is normally below.
What about
negative.
from right to
Okay.
left?
great.
Hold on. So, on number 11,
Tweak it.
what's the slope and what's the y-intercept on number 11? What's the y-intercept?
4 over 1.
Just go up to the
0.
Okay, there's no number out here, so that means it's like a plus 0. So y-intercept is 0,
All the 4.
and the slope is
4 over 1.
4. So, what's different about up 4 and over 1? What's different, or down 4 and back 1, about inequality problems?
Use shading.
Shading, and what else do I need to do different on this? Dotted line. If it's just greater than, it is a dashed line, dotted line.
I thought you went up 4 and then did a horizontal line.
No, that's, okay. Up 4 and a horizontal line would look like this. Y is greater than 4.
Oh, it's only
Okay,
greater.
no.
Mr. Jordan.
This is y is greater than 4x. So 4 is the slope. Okay, you guys see the difference on this?
Yeah.
I'm concerned about 11 and 12. Those are the ones I'm afraid of. Yeah.
If we don't do dotted lines or fixed lines or straight lines, do we get taken off?
Yeah.
How
Okay.
much? Full point or half point?
Like each problem will be like 5 points. So it'll be everything's every little mistake's like 1 or 2 points, basically. All right. Now what do I need to do?
Shade.
Shade.
The upper half.
Right. Y is greater than, so I'm going greater than. So it's all this stuff. Why am I actually shading this?
Because it could be any
It
point.
could be any point along the shaded
Right.
line.
Any point in that shaded region is an answer.
It's a bit shady.
If you can copy me, I can copy you.
Yes.
The more you know. Star.
Why is somebody shading?
We're going to tell you.
Actually, really good.
Okay,
So
there's.
don't you just go like a straight line at -1?
Okay, this is the other one I'm afraid of because it's weird. How do we graph x equals -1?
You go on the x-axis, you go back 1.
Go to -1 and then what do you do?
Like
Up and down.
the non-dotted line.
Up and down. All these values on this vertical line have an x value of
But it's
-1.
not a
Why is
dotted
it
line.
vertical? Because it's the x one.
Yeah, x is -1, so you go to -1 on the x-axis, draw a line through it, vertical line. Because all these x values are -1 on this line. Okay, x is greater
So
than,
to the right. To the right.
right, all the x values bigger than -1 are this way. These are the big x values, bigger.
Is that it?
No,
You sure?
yeah.
We're going to like 20. It's kind of funny that things pertain to steps. Do you
We have
know
plenty of time.
The what?
Oh wow, we have like 5 minutes.
I can't remember now.
do you mind if I tell you? Polytheism. In an actual mythology, I think it was Odysseus, I think. Yeah,
Adidas?
Okay, one more of the, that
born
one's
in the Isle of Giants.
probably the, hopefully the easiest, I think.
I do it, try.
Okay, guys, 13's on the board.
Do we graph it? No.
Really, Trey? Really, Trey?
Yeah.
Yes, you
Really?
got it.
There's like, because on the graphic section, you go, do you graph it?
Write down graph.
I treat this kid as like this.
This guy's like me. Oh, that's good.
Trey. He writes the problems that aren't graphed on that line. Not on that line. On that side. And he writes the ones that are graphed on that side. Wow. See, Sam understands. Wow.
It's too complicated.
Now.
Slightly close.
That's how you know you ain't got
X plus V.
Or AKA something. Trey. That's something I realized. Half of my friends are stupid. All of them. Kyle and Jeremy are stupid.
Well, now she knows it. Now. And she ignored it. See how supposed the 8th graders are.
You and Jeremy are
Even
my
though
friends.
you kind of missed out, you were literally the year last year.
Yeah, but I was just. Yeah, but this one can't make fun of them now. But we were actually really good last year. Like, yeah, like we were like.
But I played basketball.
You were just safe last year. Okay, alright.
Wait.
Leo, where, okay. Leo, where do I start this graph at?
Oh, -3.
Down 3.
Down 3.
Where do I go?
Up 5 over 3.
Up 5 over 3. Up 5 over 3. Might not be able to fit together. Should the line be solid or dashed?
Solid.
Solid. What side of the line should be shaded?
Go left.
Up.
Above. Y is greater than. Above. Okay, this last part, and it's not quite done, but I think this might be the toughest part. It was the perpendicular parallel lines, write your own equation stuff.
You know that weird stuff that no one likes.
Okay, what equation did we use to write the equation of the line? What form of the equation did we use?
Y equals mx plus b.
Y equals mx plus b. So all our answers, I want to look like that.
Yeah.
All our answers should look like that. Girls, are you doing it?
Hey, Mr. Jordan. On 16, where do we find B?
What?
On 16, where do we get the B? Like,
It doesn't ask for an equation. It says state the slope of the line.
oh, okay.
Is 15 the same slope as what was that?
No. You have to find the slope
Oh.
between those 2 points.
Y1.
You remember how we did that earlier?
X1.
Y minus y over x minus x.
If it's parallel, it's just the same thing, right?
Yes. Same
I
slope.
think that's perpendicular.
No,
No, it's
parallel
opposite.
lines.
No, wait. are you
Parallel
talking-
lines are going at the same angle. They have the
Are you
same
talking about
slope.
16 or 17?
17.
Oh, never mind.
Uh-oh. Three over 4, so y equals 3 over 4 x plus
My beard. Take my purple.
Okay, give us the Y
That's,
and the
thank you
slope
for using my Google.
and the X.
Mr. Jordan, can you go back to 6 left?
5 stars on your own.
That's it.
Only 5 stars over there. Somebody wrote boof on here. Caitlin knows about the boof, or did she get that from me?
Okay. Line.
I've known about the boof for a long time.
Parallel.
Killed someone with one half on the slope.
Yeah, I just did
Oh,
like
yeah.
0, so it's just 0.
They're both broke.
Okay, number 15.
What about
14. 14.
Pass the boof.
Okay.
17?
No.
If, shh, alright. 17 is right there. If the slope is 1/2, then this is what I know. Y equals 1/2 x
Minus 4.
plus b. How do I find b? Well, usually we plug in 0 for x and
But
-4
negative
for y.
4.
But if they just tell us 0, -4, if
We
you
know
graph
it's
0,
negative
-4 on the x-axis, that is the y-intercept, right?
So if there's 0 and then a number, that's the number.
Yeah. If you do not remember that trick, you'll just have to plug in 0 for x and -4 for y and then solve for b. That's what we're going to have to do on number 15.
Can I do
Okay, on 15, we're going to start by finding the slope of the line. How do I find the slope between 2 points? Sam?
y minus y, x minus x. So 5 plus, yeah, those numbers. -1 plus 6, which is 5. And then 5 plus 4, which is 9.
Okay, 5/9 is the slope.
I got 9 over 5 somewhere.
So you do it upside down. So y equals 5/9 x plus b. How did I find b?
Using one of those.
Plug in.
I
one of
chose
these
the
points.
5. I chose the 5 and -1.
So if I plug in -1 where the y was and 5 where the x was,
9.
I can use that to solve for b. 5 times 5 is 25/9.
Yeah.
So I'm going to subtract 25/9. You can use your calculator. 25/9 is like 2 and 7/9, so it'd be like -3 and 7/9. But you can use your calculator to solve
So
that
it'd be
part.
y equals 5/9x minus 3 7/9.
So yeah, instead of a plus b, we need a minus 3 and 7/9.
Das boo.
Okay, so what I did first was I did y minus y over x minus x. You guys remember doing that problem? That was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Number 6 and 7. Remember doing that on 6 and 7?
Let me look at 6. Yes, I do.
Okay. That was the slope. Once you get the slope, you can plug it in where the m goes. And then you can plug in one of these points for the x and y. We used 5 and -1. 5, -1. And I solved that for b by doing multiplying and subtracting.
It's not as hard as I thought.
What do you think?
How do you just swap it out then?
Okay, number 16. Okay, what is it? You guys remember the fast forward trick? What is the slope of this line? Somebody besides Sam.
Me, still gonna raise my hand.
Trey.
Put -3 over -2.
Okay, -3 over -2, which is
3 over 2.
3 over
And
2.
then you have to do perpendicular, so it'd be 2 over 3.
Okay, it's -2 over 3. If the slope of that line is 3 over 2, the perpendicular line is -2 over 3. Okay,
Oh, perpendicular, my bad.
Oh, yeah.
what do we know about parallel line slopes? They're the same. What is the slope of this line? Ava. Okay, -3 over -4 or 3/4. So what slope are we going to use? 3/4, because we're making a parallel line. So it's y equals 3/4 x plus b. How do I find the b?
You use those numbers.
Plug in the numbers again. All this is kind of the same. -5 equals 3/4 times 2.
Which is 6.
6/4, which is 3/2, which is like 1.5. If you're not good with fractions, just plug this in your calculator.
Yeah.
So it should be like -6.5 for the b value. That's not really the answer. The answer is this thing right here, but replace b with -6.5.
I got -3.5. I think it's something wrong.
Yay.
It's -5 minus 3/2. -5 minus 3/2.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay, there's one more.
one more?
One more.
Oh.
You couldn't see it.
I'll turn it back later. Okay. What is this? Katie, do you know what the slope of this line is? Right. Yes, so it's 3/4. What's the slope of this line? -4/3. So are the lines parallel, perpendicular, or neither?
Perpendicular. Wait.
Parallel.
Oh.
Perpendicular.
Perpendicular.
Yes.
They are opposite reciprocal.
And now we have one more.
No, that was it.
No, don't let it be one of those things that's temporary.
That's 50.
That's number 17.